You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
54 pounds. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check.
They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot. He's got a man. Complete. A huge play there right off the bat. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And we look now at the Lions offense.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs? Because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
Let's go. Check.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. Oh, look at that. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
180. Here we go. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. Gun. Check 49. 20. Time.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8. Watch the safety creep. 8. Check 24. No.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Great. 8. Jim.
This is Freeman, able to slither by. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 14 yards into Chicago 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak for the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. On 3rd down, Wilson. Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They go play action with Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Great, great, great. 8, 8.
2nd and 5 now. Newton over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. Byron Jones on coverage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
I think by now it's been demonstrated quite well in the NFL that mobility is an attribute, but when you couple it with accuracy, you've really got something going. Able to get outside the pocket and complete the pass.
They find some open field here. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Cam Newton with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Bears push further out in front. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on the passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Rosas now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. If it's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other, and yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's taken on the 25. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Freeman with a fast feet. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
56 is the mic.
On 1st down, Newton looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Kill. 20.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 15-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it's Newton. Slide. And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And he shows some mobility there, getting outside the tackles, moving to the right, making a nice play.
He had the whole field in front of him and was able to actually throw it about where he was looking, right? He said he moved to the right, had his vision there, and put a nice pass into the end zone for a touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson to throw again. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. Now, he had a good amount of time to throw there, and at his level, he's going to pick you apart if you give him that time.
You have to increase your urgency. Whether you're blitzing, bringing extra pressure, or just your normal amount at him, you got to get home, because if you don't, he picks up a first down just about every time, as he did there.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Play action. It's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
That's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Newton. Rolling to his right. He'll find Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. On first down, it's Newton. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin with 2 teams who don't really like each other all that much as Oakland heads out to take on Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. The Chiefs trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head east to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Willie Snead, a touchdown reception. In our game, it was Cam Newton who led the way in that first half. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah. You know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Newton. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. It's a give to Freeman running right. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Good. All day, defense. Eight. Pick the edge. Come.
From the 27, Newton flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Get some penetration here. Let's give it some 20. Undercrush.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by one more. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Right there. Good game on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Mike 54. Watch the slants. Watch the slant.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. This goes to Mack on the check down. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the Lions' 43-yard line.
Right to the 3. Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down. 8. Watch the shit. 8. Watch the shit.
On 2nd and a couple, Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Gun. 20. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. 20! Touchdown, Chicago! Devontae Freeman, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the 1st. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a 1st down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the 1st down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch 54. I'm on. Hey, watch set.
Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Mack. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the flag.
Wilson will throw again. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now it's Mack, draw play. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Lions.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Watch the run.
On 1st down, Wilson. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Let's go!
At their own 5-yard line.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Hey, check. Inside. Check. Yeah, this.
First thrown out for the backup, Rodgers. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Bears on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
56. 56. Man, I got you.
Now it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Sheds off the tackle. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run the draw play with Mack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Mike 51. Hey, back north. On deck. I'm coming.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Watch 54, watch 54. Set the tone, defense.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Wilson going to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw again on second down. Wilson dumps this one off to Mack. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Chicago, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.